So today I want to talk about my camera kit that I carry when I'm in the wilderness. So many times we go out into the wilderness and we really want to capture that video, that story of those types of things. Well, we're spending our last night in Homer, Alaska itself. I've come up with a vlogging style kit that works with a GoPro and a micro Rode mic as well. But I have a lot of adapters and things that I've kind of went through and found the best system that works for me. So I'm going to share that with you today. So here I am at Big Bend National Park, and it is hot. As well as some footage of this Rode mic being used on a ship in Alaska going 26 knots. Basically, I show you what it's like without the microphone on a GoPro and then with the microphone and how much better you can hear. So I'm going to set this down and go to the overhead cam, and we'll talk about the kit first. All right, so the first thing I guess I should talk about is this case. It's a padded case that is 9 inches by 6 inches, nice and small. It came with some cutout forms already, but I kind of modified to fit the equipment that I have. First thing, let's talk about the housing that I got for the GoPro. Now, one thing to point out here, they make these types of mounts, housings for all the GoPros, especially the GoPro 5 that's out now too. But of course, this is a 3 and I'm filming with a 4, but you can get them to work with the 5 as well, which I actually think is a better setup, because what you're doing with the 5 is that you are able to have a completely waterproof camera inside the aluminum housing, and it works great. So first off, this is called the Puluz. I don't know if that's how you say it, but it's P-U-L-U-Z, and it's a CNC made aluminum housing. You can find them on Amazon. I have them in the links below in my affiliate. And what I really like about this is that it's really light. It comes in kind of colors, which is cool too. The one for the 3 and the 4 comes with the microphone shoe on it. That's probably the most critical piece, is actually having somewhere to mount your microphone. Now, if you go ahead and have a GoPro 5 or 6 and you want to get this, you'll have to, for some reason they don't sell the shoe with it, so you'll have to get the shoe, but I of course put the link down below as well. So this is the housing. The way it does is your GoPro just kind of drops into it. You loosen up the right side and you screw it down. You do not go too tight. There's like a smushy pad in there, so you don't want to crush it. I've never had any trouble of this ever falling out or coming out. Additionally, I always hook in the GoPro adapter anyway, so if it did try to fall out, it would catch on that as well too. So so talking about going from here, now you have the housing, which is probably the most important thing. It does come with different filters and things too that you can take off for UV filters and such, but is the microphone. So I went through 2 different versions. This is my first one. This is actually a, I'm not sure if you can see that, EDUTIGE, little mini microphone. It's just this. It'll hook into a cell phone or anything. This is a directional mic, which is nice, sort of like a shotgun directional mic, and it works really nice. This is what I started with, and I'll use this in the rain sometimes, but I got the ETM 001, and then it comes with a little windsock as well. This little bad boy is great, powerful, but it's not as good as the Rode that I'm going to show you here. What I did with this one is just kind of nice. I took the GoPro adapter, that you will need an adapter regardless if you have a GoPro 3, 4, 5, or 6. You'll have to have a GoPro adapter that will convert it to a 3.5 mic adapter, which is not a big deal. I kind of just folded this around and electric taped it. And this one's one for kind of quick. I use it actually more in the rain because I don't care about it so much because it's so affordable. And it works pretty good. If I'm not in high wind, it works great. But my preferred microphone is actually the Rode Micro, which is this one right here. And it is a directional mic. The way that it works is that it picks up everything in front of it, but everything on the sides, that's why it has these microphones on the sides, it's cutting out that sound, that side sound. That helps a lot when you're looking to just be vlogging, because then you can actually get your voice out in front of it and not all the other chatter and things around it. Right now, I want to cut to the footage of me in Alaska using this little bad boy, and you can tell the difference between how it works without it and with it. So let's cut to that footage now. So here I am in Alaska without the microphone plugged in. It's a micro Rode microphone. Right now I'm just going off the GoPro. Now that's the Rode plug back in. micro Rode plugged back in, and now you can tell how different the sound is. I do have the dead cat on it, works pretty nice. So as you can see in that footage, there's a remarkable difference. Now, you can still hear some of the sound when I have this on, and of course I had the dead cat, which is just a foam and a fuzzy. It has foam on the inside and then fuzzy on the outside, and then a ring that just kind of secures itself onto the microphone. This helps immensely. If you're going to be out in any type of wind at all, you want a fur cover, which is, people in the business, they just call them dead cats, because I guess it kind of looks like a dead cat. But this is what I had on in that wind, and this is not a very thick one. You can get ones that are a little bit more thick and can help with wind noise as well too. So the way that this works out is I take this adapter, which is it has a shock mount to it, which I really like. That helps with if I bang the camera or anything like that around, it absorbs the shock. And then I hook this in to the top shoe. This is where the shoe comes in, and it's so important to actually have a shoe on top because it just works out great. And then I plug in this cord here. Actually comes with the micro and VideoMicro, and it works pretty nice. What I like about it is you can take and oops, I gotta grab my adapter here. There we go. And put your adapter in here. I actually have a second adapter which I'm using on this camera that just hangs, but you're able to take and wrap this around and oops, wrong way. Just wrap this around and then hook it into the adapter. Normally the adapter goes up too, but it's kind of neat. This one, if you want to kind of adjust it too, you can hook it into like these grooves to kind of make it up or down, however you want it. Now, one thing that I found out with, once you put the dead cat on, and if you're in wide angle, like a real wide angle, it's going to catch the dead cat. And that's where I'll sometimes tilt it up a little bit or down. But the dead cat also is kind of flat from being in here. So I always just kind of make sure I have it at like this type of an angle. And use it on like a medium zoom in and out, and it works just great. So this is kind of how I have it set up. The last piece is this handle, which is also a tripod. I love it. It's made by SP. They make a lot of different things. It's magnet on the inside, so when they go together, they stay together really nicely. This is by far one of my favorite grips that I have. And reason being, it can turn into a tripod or be a grip. It's a nice size for, you know, holding it and not shaking too much. Love to get a gimbal, and at some point I thought I would, but I'm saving now to actually just get a Hero 5 or 6 because they actually have stabilization in them. So now let's go back over to the side camera. So this is my system all together right here, and I love it. It's such a small system, easy to pull out, put together. It comes into this nice little case that's easy to pack and put on the top of my backpack or in a pocket. And it has this great little tripod, which works good on like a picnic table, or I've even stuck it in branches like this too before as well. So this is a system that I have found has worked really well. I've used it for 2 years, and I think that anybody could modify and use this. But for sure, the micro Rode mic and the aluminum casing here, I highly recommend them. It's just a great way to pair your GoPro with a microphone using the shoe. I have links in all of these components down in the description below to my affiliate. And if you would, please like this video if you found it helpful and useful, and subscribe and hit that little bell button if you want to get notifications of when I'll be dropping videos next. Till then, just remember, life's a hike, so hike happy and take great video footage in the wilderness.